Hey there, welcome to the latest episode of the Sexy Thyroid Solution. I'm your host, Angela Brown. So today I'm going to talk about thyroid exercise for women with hypothyroidism. But if you could do me a really huge favor, if you are watching this on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and subscribe, and then you're going to hit that little bell so you get a notification every Thursday when I release a new video. And then if you're watching this on my other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, go ahead and share this, like this, maybe tag someone who could benefit from this information. So this is a subject that I thought would be a really good time to talk about. For one, New Year's resolutions are upon us, and this is a really common time that people start exercising, working out a ton. And I get asked a lot, what can I do for exercise because I have hypothyroidism? Since the majority of the women that I see struggle with some type of slow thyroid, they might not necessarily have a diagnosis of hypothyroidism, but they do have a struggling thyroid. Exercise is a topic that I actually really dive into quite a bit. And the reason is because you can really undo what you're trying to fix with your thyroid if you overexercise, or if you're not doing the right exercises. That can really kind of mess with your metabolism. It can mess with what you're trying to do with your thyroid. So I thought a video would be a really good way to kind of get my point across with this. First and foremost, if you know for sure that you have hypothyroidism or that you have a slow thyroid, maybe you know that your metabolism is slow, be very careful when you start diving into exercises where you're going to be doing something longer than 60 minutes. If it's going to be over an hour, that is too taxing on your body. Unless your metabolism is really doing well, working out for longer than an hour is completely unnecessary. I have my thyroid completely under control, and I don't even do workouts longer than an hour. And the reason is because I don't want to tax my adrenals, and I don't want to tax my thyroid any more than they already have been in the past. So working out for longer than an hour is completely unnecessary. Now, if you're doing a workout for an hour and then maybe you're stretching 15 minutes before it or 15 minutes after it, that's a different ballgame. But actual physical working out where your heart rate is changing, you're doing something aggressive on the body, 60 minutes max. I just do not think it's necessary to go above that. And a lot of times when I see women that are really struggling, I'm saying 45 minutes max. You do not need to go longer than 45 minutes. Now, what type of exercises do I recommend? I'm not a huge fan of going long duration cardio. I think getting on a cardio machine, hopping on a treadmill, hopping on an elliptical, and going for an hour straight where your heart rate is completely exactly the same the entire time, it does not help your adrenals. It does not help your thyroid. It's too taxing because there's never a fluctuation in your heart rate. Your body just keeps going steady state. So a lot of times when you're doing a steady state cardio like that, your heart rate's up high and it never gets to change. Going for a walk, your heart rate's not getting up that high. So that you can go for 3 hours if you wanted to. That's a different ball game. But when you get on a cardio machine, you're actually raising your heart rate above your normal heart rate. 60 minutes straight of that or more is completely unnecessary. I don't even have my clients get on an elliptical or a treadmill and do long duration cardio. I just think it's unnecessary. And I also think that you really don't burn as much fat or whatever you're trying to work off. You're not going to burn it very well by doing this steady state. What I recommend is intervals. This is my big thing that I love for anyone to do that's trying to lose weight, but particularly if you struggle with a slow thyroid. You're fluctuating your heart rate. So you can make an interval out of anything. You can make an interval out of if you're like, all I have is a treadmill. That's all I have. That's all I have at home. I can't go outside. It's too cold, or I can't get away from my kids. I have to be in the house. You can get on a treadmill and do intervals. You can get on elliptical and do intervals. Interval basically means you're changing your heart rate. So you could do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, where you're not doing anything at all. Or say, for example, you might have a bike. You could do 30 seconds really fast, 10 seconds where you're going slower. So you can really tweak how you do an interval. That's the beauty of it. And again, you can make anything an interval. You can make a flight of stairs an interval. You can make jumping jacks an interval. Literally anything that you can think of, you can make it an interval. All you need to do is you're on, then you're off, then you're on, then you're off. And if you want to do it where the off part is completely stopped, you can. If you want to do the off part where you're just not going as fast or as intense, you can do it that way. Just kind of work through that. So for example, an interval that I like, my husband and I own a gym, so that actually helps me. But an interval that I like is we have a spin bike. So I will hop on the spin bike. I will do 30 minutes as hard as I can on the spin bike. take a breather. I will go do 10 slam balls, take a breather, and then I might do a really fast walking lunge down and back. I'll repeat that 4 or 5 times. That's my cardio. I have never, in probably at least 10 years, gotten on a piece of equipment and done an interval. I actually do, or done long duration. I actually do intervals. I will do intervals all day long for my cardio. I do not do long duration cardio. Like I said, I don't want to tax my thyroid and my adrenals, so I do intervals instead. I keep it very short, very sweet, and I'm going to actually burn more calories, because when you stop the intervals, you continue to burn. When you do long duration cardio, when you stop that cardio, your burning's done. You're not burning anything else. But when you stop an interval, you're still burning for a while. So you actually end up burning more calories, burning more off when you do an interval like that. Even though it's a shorter time frame that you're working out, you're actually going to burn more. So that's one of the reasons why I like it, because it's so much better for your thyroid. It's so much better for your adrenals. The other thing too is, what else are you doing besides cardio for your workout? Are you doing weight training? Weight training is exceptional for people with a slow thyroid. You're using your muscles to build some metabolism. It always helps to have some muscle whenever you're trying to get healthier, whenever you're trying to heal a thyroid. Also, you need to work in like something that's going to cause the heart rate to actually be calm, go down. So it might be stretching. It might be yoga. I'm terrible at yoga. I've tried it. I've tried every avenue with it. I've tried it with my husband, and I'm really bad at it and I can't get into it, but I love stretching. I will do stretching all day long. I like Pilates too. I will do that as well. So you got to find what works for you, but you need to incorporate something that's going to use the body. You might be stretching. It might be where you're actually doing some type of activity, but it's actually calming for the body as well. So that's always really good to incorporate whenever you're trying to heal a slow thyroid. Whenever you're actually trying to boost your metabolism, it's great because there's an interconnection with your adrenal glands. Like I've always talked about, your adrenals and your thyroid are interconnected. So you work out both. Whenever you do a workout, you're actually working on both. So I like to incorporate those types of things too. Okay. If you have any questions, definitely reach out. Let me know if you have questions about this. If you want some suggestions, I'm happy to throw out some suggestions for you based off of what you at home. If you're like, hey, I have this, this, and this, give me an idea. I've been doing this a long time. I love doing it. So I'm more than happy to help you if you need some ideas for that. I do intervals a couple times a week. That's it. I don't get on long duration cardio. Like I said, I'll throw intervals in maybe once or twice a week. And that's all I'm going to do, because again, I have a slow thyroid. I do not want to tax it any worse than it already is taxed. So I'm very careful with how I do my exercise. I do weight training as well. Keeps my body happy. And then I do lots of stretching. So again, if you have questions, let me know. If you want any suggestions, let me know on that as well. We'll chat soon on the next video. Bye.